You're listening to Barbells, Bootcamps, and Banter, the official podcast of athletic-based training. We'll chat all things health, fitness, and probably some shenanigans along the way. I'm your host, Chris LeBlanc, owner of ABT and part-time Olympic weightlifter. Thanks for tuning in.
Let's go!
Yo!
Sorry. What up?
I'm here, everyone.
I'm here. I can hear you.
I'm here.
Hey!
Always here. Adrian, say hi.
Hi.
Oh, you can change your view and see everyone. Hi.
See everyone, yeah. You can see just the person talking, or you can see
Whoa.
everyone.
Kind of sick.
Who do you have? Yeah, so that way, like, we'd want to record it this way.
It's
Yeah,
recording.
you want to go gallery, yeah, so then you can see everybody.
Does it change each of our views when we do it?
What do you mean?
Like when I change it, does it change your view?
No. You control what you see.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on,
And
I'm
on
on
the
gallery.
local device, so I'm recording.
Are you on your laptop?
I am.
So, all right, so that you can do this too. So down, are you on you're on like the full screen view?
Yeah.
You're on the bottom where there's like the video camera and it says stop video.
Yeah.
That arrow, if you click that up and then you choose virtual background, you can add like pictures behind you. So like I was messing with it last night, but it didn't work because like I have like the window behind me. So I was like trying to put like a brontosaurus in there. Like you see it. My buddy was on his phone and it works like way better on your phone.
That's
you can
funny.
add Teddy's will probably be pretty good because you have like the white background behind it.
Yeah, nothing came up when I just did it.
Did you put it in? That's what she said.
It doesn't give me an option to use any. It gives me an option of none.
No, so then
Mine only gives me an option of
choose
select the
virtual
camera,
background,
HD
and you have to
webcam, and that's
upload
it.
one. Yeah, and
I didn't
then-
understand what either of you said.
So where it says choose virtual background, hit the plus to add image.
I don't have that.
Oh, you guys don't have that?
No, I just have to choose a camera, and it gives me one
Oh.
option of the HD camera, and that's it.
No, mine is select a camera, video settings, and then choose virtual settings.
Yeah, hold on. All right. Let's not get a dick pic.
Damn it.
Especially in other dudes.
Ruining all the fun.
Today's podcast is sponsored by Bud Light Seltzer.
You can't see me, can you?
I can see your beard.
I can barely see you. Like you're like in the back. Yeah, you're like, it's weird.
That's pretty sweet, though.
Yeah. Like my buddy's he was on his phone and it like looked really good.
Probably also depends on the fucking photo.
Whatever is in the background, right?
Yeah.
So the stock for Zoom in like the last like 2 weeks has like gone through the roof. Has zoomed up.
You like that, Tim?
Dude,
That's a good
I'm
one.
telling you, right, the next thing to go up is the hand moisturizer.
The hand moisturizer is a good call by Ryan.
It's
Lysol.
100% going to rock it. Everyone's going to be washing the shit out of their hands and hand sanitizer. They're going to get so dry, and then people are going to be buying hand moisturizer left and right.
He can't see you at all.
I know. What the fuck?
Yeah, yours is weird. So then off that Zoom, right? So there's another company that's called Zoom Technology. And
Yeah.
people are mistaking that for it, and they're buying that stock, and that stock is up like 75% in the last 2 weeks, and it's not even the same company.
That's nuts. No, it's probably good too is House Party app.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one a lot.
I didn't love it.
The Netflix?
No, House Party. So it's called House Party. It's like an app, and it's like FaceTime or Zoom or whatever. But you can get a bunch of people on it, and then there's like games within it and stuff. We've been using it a bunch with our friends.
I thought it was fun.
I thought it was fun, but they were all repetitive.
Yeah, well, like, so we've just been using it to, like, call a bunch of people at once from our phones. And, like, we've literally, on Monday morning, like, me and a couple of my buddies literally just all hopped on there, like, from the office. Like, at our home offices or at work, just, like, chilling.
Yeah. Watch this other cool thing. Hold on.
Yo, is my camera all right? Is it super dark?
No, it's kind
No,
of
you're
yours is
fine.
pretty bright. Yours is pretty bright.
Okay.
So you can do this. Watch this. So on the bottom is like share screen. So say I could be like, I hit this one. And then you guys see, do you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see your performance, yeah.
Yeah. So like you could do stuff like that. Like that's like meetings and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? If somebody's like presenting
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah,
Yo,
we
that's a
use
good
Zoom
segue. How
for,
are those programs going? Sorry, go ahead, Ray.
I was gonna say we use Zoom for like our canned like group exercise stuff, like Les Mills type stuff. They have weekly Zoom calls, and that's what they do. They screen it onto the host screen, and then everybody else just shuts up and mutes and lets someone go through a PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, how are the new programs going?
They're going. It's one of them right here. New Performance 2 Phase 1. Working on that one. Prettied it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Put some nice, you know, little added colors and stuff. And then, you know, some solid exercises. Nothing crazy, but,
Yeah.
you know, solid, clean bench, squat, deadlift week. 4-day split. Pretty good.
Yeah, dude, and just, you know, like we've talked about, filling in the gaps.
Yeah, man.
You
I mean,
know?
we got obviously they're not teaching as many classes, so gotta
Yeah.
figure it out and do something else. Still try to make ABT better while I'm not.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
So.
Yeah, so that's basically what I've been doing at the Y is like cleaning, upgrading, painting, shit like that. Because it's like we're doing all these projects basically that like we can't do when people are in the way without pissing them off. So like we're repainting one of our basketball courts right now. I'm going to be doing a bunch of touch-up paint. I literally moved. So we have like a wooden platform where our benches and stuff and dumbbells upstairs are. So I totally took everything off of that, and then we're going to get that totally refinished, sanded down, shellacked or whatever the hell the shit that you put on the wood is so it doesn't get beat up as much. Redoing all that, so.
Cool. Yeah, were you guys painting the court like by yourselves? Like you guys are doing it, or do you have another company?
No, so we have a company coming in to do that. So they did all of our doors last week, and then they're doing a bunch of railings. They're doing our basketball court and stuff like that.
Are they still going to be able to do it?
They didn't not show up today and didn't leave at noon, so I don't know. And then so the people that we have coming to do our wood refinishing are from Rhode Island, so they don't have the same bands that we do. So we're hoping they'll still show up too. So we're kind of like flirting with these recommendations and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean technically they're just suggestions too.
Right. Well, and so we're legally open for childcare too. We're one of the approved
like the healthcare responder
childcare places. So we are open for that, and we've been having at least 2 key staff in the building at all times. So I've been working on Tuesdays and Wednesdays a 4-hour desk shift, and I'm answering the phones, letting people in and out of the building that need to get in and out. Because we also have through one of the local hospitals physical therapy, and they're still open because physical therapy is considered essential. So we have to let their patients in and out of the building because we have our front doors locked.
Exactly, it's essential, and that's because there are people who still need regular treatment.
Right.
There are also people who are sick and injured and having
Yeah.
pains and aches that need help. outside of COVID-19, and they depend on physical therapists, or some of them.
Yeah, exactly. So they're still open. They're staying open as long as they can.
Yeah.
Their patient load has definitely dropped a lot. They're usually pretty full, and it's been pretty scattered. But they're staying open and available to people.
Yeah.
Solid. I was in today for a little bit, and it's just like, it's so weird that the parking lot is just ghost town.
Drive-thru still open?
Yeah, so the drive-thru's still open, but people are still like pulling in. So people pull into spots and then like get out of their car and walk up, and then like you see them like watching their reactions is pretty funny, because like some people get like pissed off. Some people just like walk right back to their car, but like I've seen a couple dudes like bullshit. I'm like, dude, just go through the drive-thru, check.
Yeah. Well, so the Dunkin' that's across from the Y, there's no drive-thru, and they're still open for carryout.
Really?
Yeah, like I drove by a couple drive-thrus on my way in today. They were jammed. So I was like, oh, we'll see if the one across from the Y is open, and like whatever if it's not. And so I went, and they had signs, we're open. We advise you to do the online mobile ordering and stuff. But I walked in, I was literally the only person that didn't work there in there. And then I went back in the afternoon. I walked over to get an afternoon coffee, and the normal afternoon people were there. And by the time I walked up to the register, they had my coffee ready for me. So it was basically a drive-thru.
Gotcha.
Yeah. The only ones in Cambridge are walk-through, and I think there's only a Dunkin's open right now. Starbucks, I think, is closed. All the other local coffee shops are closed because they're more like boutique-ish. So
yeah,
they're all shut down. Yeah.
So the Dunkin' that's across from the Y, that's only carry-out, they barricaded all the seating areas, so you can't even get in there.
Dude, I did an outdoor workout today with a couple clients, and we were all stationed, 6 feet apart, running laps and like doing field stuff, but it was at a local park with a basketball court, and the basketball court was construction fenced, that plastic like weave fence up in front of the openings to the courts. They were like, no congregating, no sports, can't use the courts.
Well, that's like a slippery slope that we've kind of danced with at the Y, of like people being like, I'll teach my group X class in a park, like whatever. And we made the decision of we're saying no to everything. Yeah. Because it's like such a slippery slope of like what's okay and what's not okay, because you're not supposed to gather in 6 feet and and it's like it's too much of a slippery slope. It's like we have a whole Facebook page that we're posting on 3 times a day. With different classes, workout suggestions, stuff like we're doing, like with the Instagram posts, we're doing it like 3 times a day, and we got like almost 400 members in there now. So
nice.
Yeah.
So yours is like a Facebook group, though, right? Like you have to be technically like invited in / accepted.
Yeah.
In?
So it's we like post the link, and it's for members only. So we've approved and declined people based on if they're members or not.
So you wouldn't let me in, is what you're saying?
I would, because I know who you are. I've let some non-members in, but would let people in and whatnot.
All right.
Especially now, that's like free advertising.
Well, that's kind of like we have some people that aren't really members, but are members that say Hockamock or whatever, but they come for some of our classes, and so we let them in.
It is cool to see like what different places are doing.
Yeah, that's how I've been like for our Facebook page, like looking at what we're doing, what the Strength House is doing, what different people are doing, and kind of pulling like, oh, I like this, I like this, I like this, and then kind of go from there.
Sam, did you see Cycle Bar in Milford, what they did?
They loaned out bikes, didn't they?
Yeah, so they loaned out literally all their bikes, every single bike. Right? They
So one of my spin instructors was like, hey, I'll record an online class if you let me take a bike. And I was like, yeah, sure. And so he has a couple like dedicated people, and I was like, yeah, you guys can take bikes. Because I saw like Odyssey Barbell Club in Methuen, they loaned out all of their equipment, squat racks, barbells, plates, the whole nine. Like a bunch of people are loaning out equipment and like having people sign agreements and whatnot.
It's a good side hustle for this time. It's really smart.
Well, and it's one of those like, then it gets people to still pay for your membership because you're I've seen gyms like loaning out dumbbells, kettlebells, everything.
Yeah, I just loaned us some stuff actually. Finished like it was like a kind of a 2-part type thing. So it was like like one like that freestanding squat rack, like the hydraulic rack.
Yeah.
I loaned that out, a barbell, some plates.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Like, if you're going to only have us training there or whatever, and we might have one client in there, there's no sense in having 4 squat racks
Right.
and a shit ton of plates if people want them and they're going to continue to pay their membership.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
And
good
then,
on all fronts. It's like good business. It's good community. It's just the right thing to do.
Well, so a lot of companies are doing good stuff too. Like Perform Better is doing free shipping.
Yeah.
And like I've seen, like Mike Boyle was posting, like, go to Perform Better, buy a kettlebell that's going to be a struggle for 8 reps aside on rows, and you can use that for a bunch of other shit. Pack of midi bands, and then like bands to do band pull aparts with, like the 1-inch bands. It's like, buy those 3 things. It's going to be $50-$60, free shipping, and you'll be able to get good workouts at home.
And it's not like Mike Boyle has like a vested interest in like Perform Better or anything. So.
Yeah, like, I mean, he works with them and does seminars with them, but like,
Sarcasm, folks, sarcasm.
but like, it's not like
you can actually see that now.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's not like he works for Perform Better. Like, I mean, he has a relationship with them, but it's not like he's saying buy a squat rack.
I'm sure he's got some sort of deal.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it's like, it's not like
Volume, Ryan, volume.
You are really loud.
Not actual volume. I meant like that's what he's pitching.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sell a bunch of $60 deals instead of like $400 or $500 deals.
Well, that too, sure, whatever. Buy a squat rack if you'd like.
You do got
So Rogue not Perform Better, but
to figure something out though, as far as like how you're gonna make like the money that you normally make in a month, like
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yep.
And we're still trying to like provide a service to our members that are still, paying their membership. So we're like posting online workouts and like, I think we were talking about like, doing a Zoom workout and stuff too, and got some pretty good feedback on like doing a couple of those. But like trying to just figure out different ways, because there's like, we're not getting those like walk-ins that we have like there's no new members for the rest of this month, for maybe the next 2 months, maybe for the next 3 months. So like, how else, where's that money coming from in order to like keep the doors open?
Yeah, we've had, because we do a lot of like programs with like Zumba and Pound, and we use Mosa, so like there's a lot of licensing stuff that we have to deal with. So like Zumba, we couldn't have an instructor record an hour class and then post it to our Facebook group, but they are allowed to do a Zoom meeting, if you will, and send everybody the link and do that. So like, we've done 2 Zumba workouts, and then we're posting other things. And then so like Mosa, which is like Les Mills, they're offering 60 free days to people on their online platform and kind of doing that. So we've been playing with all those, but it's like been an art form of figuring out, okay, this platform lets you do this and this lets you do this, and then we can also freestyle this. Like, I've been posting workouts of like, body weight stuff you can do with a gallon of water, XYZ. So it's like, it's figuring all that stuff out too.
I think it's kind of cool because like a lot of people are figuring out different ways to like just do their business differently. Like, you know what I mean? And something like you might end up with like some good ideas like going forward off of this.
Oh yeah, especially with like the online training realm of like
ways to be more accessible.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Do you guys get at the Y? Do you guys get any like, do you guys consult with like national type stuff, or is it kind of just like each?
So a bunch of Facebook groups have popped up with directors of whatever department and figuring out what they're doing. So there's a couple like general groups, and then there's also like wellness director groups, aquatics director groups, and like figuring out like, hey, we're doing this, we're doing this. So a lot of directors have taken it upon themselves to share, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. Like us in the Hockomock Y, which is Franklin, North, Foxborough, they've been sharing stuff in that group like, hey, this is an idea we have with our Group X instructors. We're doing this, we're recording this. So it's been nice to like communicate. Like you get random conversations with people from Tennessee and North Carolina on what they're doing.
That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it's definitely been cool, like connecting with people and seeing what other random people across the country are doing. And like, there's even been Ys from like Australia posting what they're doing.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. What?
There's Ys in Australia?
There's Ys in almost every country. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Also A's, B's, C's, D's, E's.
Yeah, there's those two.
F's.
YMCA, sorry. They're not the same branding as us, though, so people had a post about that, you know, they're not using the same branding that we are. They use the old black Y with the red triangle logo, not the new colorways that we use.
Wow.
Yeah. There's special colors that you have to use as a YMCA.
Oh, you guys have official colors.
We have official – well, there's different color palettes. It's very, very particular.
So why aren't they updated?
Go on, though, about the pallets. I want to hear more.
I don't pay attention to any of them. There's a lot of rules.
That was the sarcasm he was talking about.
Yeah, I figured that was what it was.
I really wanted to hear.
It's very exciting stuff. Thankfully, it's not part of my job.
I'm upset that you can't elaborate.
It's whatever. I'll send you the PDF.
Okay. That'll work. Teddy's Vim closed completely now?
Yes.
So like no private clients at all inside?
When we closed to the public, we were still allowing trainers to work inside. Now that full businesses are closed, I would assume it's fully closed.
Yeah.
Just because you have a larger staff, so it'd be super important to coordinate to keep it. I think it's under gatherings of 10 or less now, right? Or is it smaller?
10.
So I don't know. I haven't heard otherwise, but I would assume so. I've been doing outside stuff. It's been easy. It's taking me back to my roots, you know?
Right.
That's what I originally did. That's where the bazooka came from. That's why it's latched onto the top of my car. So I rehabbed my barbell. That was a really fun day project. My barbell was kind of oxidized and sticking a little bit. So vinegar water mix for the rust, wiped it all down, soft brush, scraped it off, everything else, rinsed it again. Then 3-in-1 oil for the barbell and WD-40 in the sleeves and in the ends and inside the rings, and a couple rounds of that, dude, thing moves like money again. It's great.
Yeah.
That was a good project.
A little side business for you right there. You can restore.
That's nice.
Store barbells. But now I know how to do it, you know?
There you go.
But it's also, it killed a couple hours, like letting things dry, picking it back up, you know, doing another coat.
So how many coats did you have to do on that?
I did 3 coats of WD and 2 coats of mineral. Well, 2 coats of 3-in-1 rather. And as needed with the vinegar water mixture. Okay.
And then what did you use for a soft brush, like the wire brushes?
Yeah, so like the cleaning brush, but nylon.
Okay.
And I had a brass one if I needed something a little firmer.
Okay.
But it was fun too, man. Wasn't a bad way to kill an afternoon.
Well, that's like, I'm looking at, you know, depending on how long this thing is, like different stuff I can do at the Y, because there's only so many things I can do. So it's like trying to find ways to like wow people when they come back of like, hey, the barbells look great and they're moving great. We
there you go,
moved
dude.
this.
Dude, you could just assembly line that too, and like, because I'm sure they're in much better shape than the one I had was. I had to like actually de-rust this thing a little bit.
Okay.
So 3-in-1 oil on the barbell after a quick brushing, and then with a little vinegar if you need something for it. But quick brushing, 3-in-1 on the barbell, and then a little WD in the sleeves. And let it sit, hit the barbells, go back to the beginning, do a second coat, hit them again, and like, I'm sure that'd be money for those.
All right. I like it.
Yeah, but I've been trying to do the same at ABT, like trying to figure out what to do. I was thinking about doing that, like that gun rack, not a gun rack, but a barbell rack.
You let me know.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Might as well.
Yeah,
I could kill a couple hours.
Yeah, I mean, I've been cleaning the crap out of the place.
Well, like the big thing we're doing is we're like literally painting everything, because it's like normally in normal business hours it's gonna smell like shit, and then
Or
you
just
can't do stuff. So we've been painting everything. Like I literally have a headache leaving most days from all the paint fumes in the building.
There you go. That's not a bad idea.
Yo, everybody's real estate when this shit comes back is gonna be like rated through the roof. Everyone's doing home improvements right now.
Oh yeah, you drive by a Home
Projects
Depot
at
parking
home.
lot, it's just loaded with people.
Yeah, like my mom and dad are doing a bunch of stuff at their place. I know a couple friends who are doing stuff at their places. Like they're just stuck at home, so they're like, all right, let's do a project.
Yeah, it's like because a lot of people are stuck at home, literally staring at things that they've been ignoring. It's like I'm staring at this wall that I hate the paint on, so it's like I'm gonna paint this because it just looks like shit.
Time.
You know, I actually half of my place is in a pod right now.
Yeah, right. How's that going for you?
It's going, man. It's like a never-ending game of Tetris right now, trying to get the entire house to fit into a pod. But yeah.
What size pod you go with?
Holly, what size pod do you get?
16 foot.
16 foot. Well, we'll see. That's the biggest one.
We don't get multiple.
They're pretty high, dude. Like I got that thing stacked. Like, did you see the picture? You saw the picture?
Where is it in your? I saw the interior. Where is it in your driveway?
The bottom. Like, so literally, you just walk out the garage right into it.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
It's literally like right there. It's like one step and in.
Dude, that truck is gonna have a hefty task getting that out of there.
Dude, you should have seen the guy trying to get it in. I hope it doesn't snow that day.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
It's unlikely.
I mean, why? We just got snow.
I'm saying it's unlikely.
It's unlikely. It's also unlikely that viral disease that originates in China would destroy the whole economy. I'm just saying.
Oh shit.
Are you still watching Cheer over there? Oh, he's watching Cheer. That's another thing. I'm shocked Netflix hasn't crashed yet.
Yeah, that stuff's been impressive that it hasn't crashed yet. We don't have Netflix, but we have Hulu, and it's like we're waiting for it to just shit the bed.
Dude, I think there's a good balance right now. People are going between Amazon, Hulu, Netflix, and Disney Plus, and just bouncing around, and it's just enough where we're all surviving.
Shit everything's bed.
What?
That it doesn't shit everything's bed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just enough right now. If we lose one, we're all fucked.
Oh yeah, because everyone's gonna go to the other.
Yep.
But I feel like too, like, it depends on like what's like trends like that day. You know what I mean? Like certain people like throwing out like right now that everybody's like flocking to the Tiger King. Have you seen that?
I
one?
was just gonna ask, has anyone seen this?
I haven't seen
I
it
haven't
yet.
seen it now. What's it on?
Netflix.
Well, that's why I haven't seen it.
There you go.
But I heard Ozark season 3 comes out Friday, and they're saying that's what's going to do Netflix in is Ozark season 3 on Friday.
I could very well do it.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
Is that big of a show?
Ozark.
I've watched part of season 1 and I liked it a lot.
Ozark's so good.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Westworld too, but Westworld's only like one episode at a time. You know what I mean? Because it's like this meeting has been upgraded. Oh.
Did you guys get that message?
Yeah, it came right
Yeah, so our Zoom instructor, ironically, who was doing Zoom meetings, ran into this, that it was like bouncing them at 35 minutes or something.
I think it was, yeah. I think that's like the setting, like that's like the default.
Yeah, but it just told us that we were going to get more time.
It's because we're doing such a good having such a good conversation.
Right?
So the notification she got was like it cuts you off at 35, and then if you're prioritized by Zoom, then you get 60 minutes. I don't know how it works, but that's like been the fun of the week is like figuring out like
when you're going to get shut off.
How long does it work? Like when do we get copyrighted for music? Like all that stuff. It's been like a freaking nightmare.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Like music during like classes.
Yeah, so like we've had people try to teach bar classes and
can't use the music.
Half of their thing gets muted by Facebook because.
Oh, Jesus.
And then so like with our like canned MOSA programs, like that are like Body Pump, Les Mills stuff, those you can't record. Otherwise, that's violating the copyright. So it's just like it's a shit show.
Oh, let's just release a track that's the intro and outro of ABT podcast over and over looped, and it's just the intro to outro.
Well, no, so part of it too is like
royalties.
If you're talking over music, then you're fine as long as you're loud enough. But if you're not loud enough, then it gets copyrighted. So if we had like a random Kesha song on right now and we were all talking the whole time, we'd be fine. But if one of us stopped talking for a while, we might get copyrighted.
So, Chris, you got to do a video where you have music playing and you're announcing a class, and Cam and Landon are just screaming, running in the background.
Well, Zoom doesn't catch you, though. Facebook does.
No, I know. I'm saying for Facebook, like, do a joke video where, like, they're the ones being louder than the music.
Right. Dude, Landon's been making friggin' TikToks like all week. Kid has like 1,000 TikToks. He's got a new one now where he took a Kermit the Frog doll that he had and turned him into a puppet, and now he's making like Kermit the Frog ones. Dude, he had this one that was amazing today. He literally took my phone because he made a couple videos with Kermit the Frog. Then he took my phone, watched TikTok on my phone, and made it look like his Kermit the Frog was watching Kermit the Frog TikToks on the phone. Dude, it was amazing.
It's so creative.
He was so creative. It's so good. He's got that side to him, man.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was really good.
You just need one of those to go viral right now, though.
I know.
Yeah,
get that passive income.
Sorry, get that money.
We might have to help him make a really good one.
Yeah, there you go.
What else?
Good.
What's you been doing?
So none of us have really talked about the Tom Brady deal.
Oof.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Press conference today, but it wasn't really a call. It was like a phone call.
Yeah.
He dodged some questions. Because
I didn't catch it. What did he dodge?
They asked him.
Spoil it for me.
I didn't really see. I didn't hear it or really see it, but I heard they asked him about like OTAs, and because he was like, I guess it already came out that he was going to go to these ones, so they're like basically like, you haven't shown up the last 2 years, like what's different about these ones, like whatever. And then they I don't know. He just didn't. I think he kind of just sugarcoated it. Like he didn't address that he never went. They didn't go the last 2 years in New England. That he's just like, oh, I'm excited to start working with my new teammates type shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was mostly like Tampa Bay questions. And they'd be like, so how do you like Tampa so far? Like, it was like stupid shit, you know what I mean? Like, have you been to SeaWorld? Like, shit like that.
Yeah.
Not
That's
I don't know why I said SeaWorld.
that's what I expected. Have you seen this narrative that he's like the only thing he asked for coming down here in relation to the team was their phone numbers,
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
That's a
It
bunch of
really-
malarkey. There's no way that was it.
No,
I
there's
know,
no
right?
And like how that, and that's so they were talking about this on one of the like daytime radio shows. They're like, that's a lot of fucking people. Like, does he want the full 60-man roster's numbers?
just like like I bet you we wanted the receiver.
Yeah,
like,
the receivers and the linemen, like maybe like
Probably
he
the
doesn't give a shit about
defensive
the defense.
captains. He's got to put his stamp out there. If he's a smart player at this point, which you think he is, like, you got to just get to know people. You can't just let it happen, Yeah, playing will be a lot of it, but, like, it's good business to just, like, put the name out there right now,
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, I'm sure he probably did reach out to like most of the guys. I mean, you know what? He's probably not like
Definitely the team captains.
in the roster, but like the key offensive guys, he probably hit up like all the starting receivers and like the ones and the twos and like shit like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Plus, what else does he get to do? Tom Brady's not binge watching cheer.
No.
Yeah,
No.
right.
He's binge watching his film maybe, but that's about it.
He's been watching Game Changers.
Cam Newton got released today. Speaking of,
Did he really?
yeah,
Nice.
If he got back on some meat and figured his shit out, I wouldn't mind him here.
Who do you think we're gonna go in with? Do you think it's gonna be this lineup, this crew?
not a Red Rocket, baby.
Stidham?
No,
Fuck that.
They're not. That's came out because his salary cap's like his salary hits like 16 million.
Yeah, exactly. The Red Rocket's been a viable choice apparently.
No, that's what I just said. They're not. Like the Red Rockets' salary hit is like 16 million. Like
So you're saying that's too much for the cap?
yeah.
They were saying on Toucher and Rich that they would be able to figure it out. I guess I don't know how the hell they would do it, but
The whole thing, like the cap is crap. Like you can manipulate it and change stuff around.
Yeah.
But I don't know how it works with like traded contracts like that you like inherit.
yeah, like with the Hoyer contract, like we're only paying $2 million or whatever for him.
Can see Holly going to the fridge.
Yep. Hi, Holly.
She's checking. That's a reflection of her.
Do you see me pick my nose too?
No, but now we know.
A little bit. Not a lot, but like a little bit.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it if like they make a run at Cam, depending on I don't know how much. I know his contract was crazy, not crazy, but like his contract was pretty high. That's why he got cut. But and I think that's why like nobody traded for him either. But
That's what they're saying. Bill's doing is he's gonna with the coronavirus and everything. Like Bill's gonna let people ride and kind of get antsy and then get someone for under market value because no one wants to sign anybody. No one can get a physical on anybody. So it's you let it ride. No one's doing OTAs right now because who knows what's going on with the NFL season. And so they're going to let everybody ride, get nervous, and then I'm going to sign a contract for less money because I want a job for the year.
well, one thing with like the Pats too, and they've never had to do it at quarterback, but they're great at like signing veterans to like show me deal.
Yeah.
Right? Like 1 year, like low money, come play for us, do well, and then like go hit the market. Like even like Jamie Collins just did that. Like Jamie, he just got paid. Van Noy did. Those guys, you know what I mean? It's like come play for us, do well, and then like everybody signs Pats. You know what I mean? Like dude that leave the Pats make bank.
Well, they were saying that where Patricia is having a problem is he's overpaying all these people and then giving them money and then treating them like shit like they do at the Patriots. But it's like, oh, now I got paid and now I deserve respect. And you're not giving it to me. And he's trying to act like Bill to this low-level guy who's on a shit contract and it's not going over too well.
You also have to win to be like that. Like you have to kind of
Yes, that is definitely part of it. Of like you got to be in a winning team to kind of sucker down that stuff.
especially at the pro level. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Does not fly with pros if you're not going to win.
No.
And
Yeah.
they want like you know what I mean. And I think one thing too that's like I wouldn't be shocked, and I don't want to like this to say this, but one of the reasons why it works so well in New England is because Brady bought into that for so long.
Well,
So,
that's what I was saying this morning was like that your top greatest of all time would get ripped a new one in a meeting and not bat an eye. And everyone's kind of like, oh, like that's how it's done here. Where in most places it's I'm the top level guy and no one can touch me and no one will say anything to me because I'm that guy.
Yeah. Chad Ochocinco's story, like that's the best. Like it was like his first day here, and like Brady got like chewed out in film, like from like a practice, and like he like jumped up like oh shit, like all fired up, and like nobody else even like batted. Everybody else was just like it was like normal thing, and he was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, man. I hope they're not just going with Stidham and Hoyer.
That's going to be ugly unless they signed a bunch of receivers for.
The fact that he brought Hoyer back again is just like terrifying.
Well, so they're saying that Stidham's in with the Belichicks, like his family's tied with Belichick somehow, and that Hoyer's going to like, if he gets the starting job, he's going to have to like prove it big time.
Well, one reason too why you would bring in Hoyer is because he's a pro. He's been
he's experienced. Yeah,
he's a good room guy. So if it's like if you need a guy to like kind of like help Stidham like learn how to be a pro, because I don't know how much Brady did that last year to him. To be honest, right?
Not at all.
Probably not at all, right?
But also with some decent pieces, he can get you a win or two. You know, manage a game.
Right. And if they, I mean, maybe they think Stidham's the guy. I don't know. We didn't watch him, like, the guy threw, like, one NFL pass in a game and threw a pick. But, like, Brady's last pass was a pick six, too. So
his last two, the end of the past two games were pick sixes, I think.
For Brady?
For Brady, yeah. The end of his final two games as a Patriot were pick sixes or something like that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I know he had a pick six in the Miami game. I know that. And then he had a pick six in the.
So this is crazy though. But think of the. I don't know why, but like the marketing side of this, Brady to Stidham. Stidham just doesn't sound like the name of a guy that's going to carry your franchise.
You mean? Yeah, but did Bledsoe when he first came here?
But he also didn't.
Dude, he brought him to a Super Bowl. What?
Still that far from it, you know?
No one like not many. I mean, that's like, dude. They were. I mean, he was like the highest paid quarterback at the time.
I know, but like, I don't know. There are like Johnny Damon looked like a Yankee. You knew that from day one. He looked like it. Alex Rodriguez looks like a Yankee. Derek Jeter, Paul O'Neill, Mariano Rivera, like Andy Pettitte. These guys, they looked like Yankees. Like, there's something about the name transfer too. Like things just fit in a feel, and Stidham doesn't feel like the next guy.
Right. Like
no, you're not going to build a franchise around him.
Like Brett Favre. I don't know, man. It's kind of exciting. Like one of my buddies,
Montana the Young.
But he's just like fired up because he's like, this is cool. Like we're like, let's see where it goes. Like let's have fun with this now. Like
like no one knows what the hell's gonna happen.
Like it's almost like every Sunday you like took for granted. Like they're probably gonna win.
You're right.
And now it's like, all right, shit. Yeah.
It's a big old mystery.
Imagine Stidham's so unknown in the league that he has like a breakout season. It's phenomenal because no one can keep up with what he's doing because they've never seen film on him, and they somehow get Trevor Lawrence or something the next year still. Fucking.
Like, oh, is he trying to tank for Lawrence, or is he got a plan to get Lawrence, or is I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked either. If you look at Stidham, though, from his 2017 year, he was, like, legit. Like, if he came out after 2017, he would have been an earlier pick.
Okay.
Oh, I love it.
He had a bad Who is that?
Sarah and I are Marco Poloing each other.
What does that mean?
That's back and they're for video and we cheer at each other and we pretend we're with each other, but we're not with each other.
Okay.
Why is that Marco Polo?
I don't know.
Marco
Polo. Have you guys been seeing like people posted like them doing the ABT workouts and stuff this week?
I have.
Yeah.
Lisa was not too fond of that one.
Who was it? Yeah.
Vassal.
Yeah. Yep. Lisa Russ has been posting a bunch of them, and like she's like FaceTimed with people while they do it together.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw that. That was cool.
Yeah. She's done it with a couple different people.
Yeah, she did it with Courtney and then with Kate, right?
Yep. Shepis just tagged us on something that he did it. Thought that was pretty cool.
I haven't done a single push-up challenge.
Oh, fuck no.
I've been tagged in so many, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm that guy. I'm ignoring every single one.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
getting them from
have you seen
Vim, I'm getting them from
Have you seen the
ABT.
thing that I posted last night?
Done.
No.
Did you see the anti-burpee thing that I posted last night?
No.
So Ben Bruno did a thing, and it's like he saw a burpee challenge, and he's all bullshit about it. And he's like, so everyone show me 10 of something that's not burpee. So it's like people like hugging their dog 10 times or like drinking a drink 10 times, like shit like that. It's wicked funny.
Did you see the one Dan Julian tagged me in? Probably didn't see it. But I think this is just in his story. So it was like no bar, no problem. And it's like his wife on his shoulders, and he's just banging
I've
out
seen those too, yeah.
like 10 squats in his living room. It's hilarious because he has his lifters on.
Gets sleeves and belt on the whole nine.
I feel like that's kind of offensive if you go belt with your wife like that. Yeah.
You're heavy enough to require a belt, ma'am.
This is a podcast, yeah.
Oh, me and Sarah say hi.
Sarah says hi too. Sarah called me weighing in from the other room.
Hello.
You're on the podcast. Finally, she said.
I was gonna shoot out a thing if people want to be on it. If we could start, if this looks good for
I'll listen to it tomorrow and let you guys know.
because then we can just start,
Doing this.
and just calling people, like just
Yeah.
people in. Mystery guest tag in, and then all of a sudden we just like it looks like the Brady Bunch up here.
I haven't been on that.
Do you get that reference, Teddy, or not? Like the opening to the Brady Bunch, it's like the 6 screens.
Yeah, we can. I get that reference. I never really watched the Brady Bunch, though.
We've talked about it.
All right, I'm so confused. So we're not live or we are live? Like, what's going on here?
We are not live.
All right, so are we recording or no?
We are recording.
Okay,
I'm going to listen to it tomorrow and see if we want to post it or not.
Okay.
That's
All right.
why this is a test. That we still have time. If this sucks, we can do a regular podcast on Anchor.
Okay, all right. I was trying to figure out because I'm like, are we live? Are we not live? I don't know. It was real.
What can I say?
I didn't know if we were recording, not recording, when we were going to start recording. I didn't know anything.
Been recording, not live.
Okay, all right.
Because then if this looks good too, if it sounds good, looks good, we can post it on the YouTube channel and then have like a double
Feature, okay.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I'll be right back. I gotta fill up.
All right, I was going to say, I need
Good
to take
break.
a little bathroom break and drink break, so.
Good
All right,
break.
Make me some ice cream.
This is a finished podcast.
I need ice cream.
I've been so confused.
Why?
I didn't know if we were recording or not, so like we were talking about shit, and I was like, should I like move on from this conversation because it would be good for the podcast, and we shouldn't waste it now, or?
Oh, I got it.
And then I had a piss, so I was like, is it kosher to get up or not?
I got you.
It's never.
I didn't know what was real and what was fake.
Yeah, I think the whole thing's gonna be real. I think we'll just kind of figure it out.
Yeah, because like that's what I was thinking was like, we're having good conversation. I would hate for it to be wasted on us shooting the shit prior to recording. Like, and then also like if we haven't started recording, this is gonna be a long fucking night.
No, because I think he just recorded it. Like, I think once the meeting started, like, there's a
We
setting.
started recording. Okay.
See in the top right, top left. I mean.
Yeah, well, that's what I was wondering with that. Of like, so I see it's recording. So like, is this just bullshit before, or is this real?
So I guess
Yeah.
Smothered in unhealthy stuff.
But I'm glad that it's not. It's real. Because I definitely think we had good conversation. And it would suck if it wasn't live.
It's
Not-
recording.
Yeah, it was recording.
Just not live.
Yeah. And I was
It
like,
is recording. Okay.
This second segment of Barbells, Bootcamps, and Banters brought to you by Tito's
oh,
handmade
I
vodka.
don't think we're gonna buy anything else.
I hear they're making a bunch of hand sanitizer. They want to make like 24 gajillion gallons or something like that.
Tito's and grapefruit.
Ooh.
Well, that's exactly what I was like, I'm gonna eat this all.
Treehouse Brewing Company.
But I heard Holly say
Official
ice
beer
cream,
sponsor.
so
Official beer sponsor of Barbells.
hey, you can still have your deliciousness. This is not a moo. I feel like I'm a 90-year-old. Can you see it? Where is it? Not a moo. Dairy-free mint chocolate chip ice cream. It's fucking dope. Highly encouraged.
Why would you do that?
I vetoed that twice.
Flavor.
I'll
I'm a no
veto
dairy
that
and
twice.
I'm a firm mint is meant to be chewed and not swallowed.
Ooh, no. Mint chocolate chip is great.
I'm a firm mints chewed, not swallowed. It's toothpaste, it's gum. You don't swallow that, you spit it out when you're done.
I swallow gum all the time. All the
And
time.
I don't do that, and I don't swallow toothpaste either.
You also don't like cinnamon, so.
Cinnamon's gross.
So,
I love Fireball, though.
well, so here's the thing: is Adrian's been kind of pushing this issue. There is certain cinnamon things I don't like. It's really cinnamony things I don't like. Like Auntie Anne's cinnamon sugar pretzels, I'm game for.
Big Red is gross.
Big Red is disgusting. I agree. Same with Fireball, disgusting.
What's
No.
disgusting?
And I was like, no,
Holly,
no, there it
so loud right now.
What the hell?
is. You're just trying
But some people do banana bread with cinnamon in it, right? Like a little bit of cinnamon or something.
No, cinnamon toothpaste is disgusting as well.
Well, yeah, that's a given. But do people do banana bread with cinnamon, or like zucchini?
Maybe a little
bread
bit.
with cinnamon? A little bit of it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go watch the
I don't
show.
know.
Be quiet, like, that's what
I think that's a thing, and that's okay with me.
Come
Yeah.
sit in.
Cinnamon sugar pretzels from Auntie Anne's, good. Fireball, Big Red, not good.
No, it's okay. Sarah's phone was dying anyway.
Come sit in for a little bit.
I disagree on the Fireball aspect. Just like the mint chocolate chip. Oh, motherfuckers.
And that's meant to be spit out, not swallowed.
Mm.
Dude, you gotta stop with that.
That's just a firm belief I have. It's just what I live with.
Yeah, stop saying it in public.
It's whatever. I don't really care.
Hey, Curry.
Curry College. Hey guys.
What's up?
Want some
Did
ice
you
cream?
get your ice cream?
No. No.
Ah, motherfucker.
You know they make wine ice cream? They
Why
sell it at
not?
Wegmans. No, like wine, alcohol, ice cream.
Yeah, it's
I know.
Teddy turn.
I know it's a dad joke. I'm just telling you that. I'm just clarifying that it's.
Holly, how do you feel about cinnamon? Holly likes cinnamon.
Oh, I love cinnamon. Makes everything better. No.
No.
Like you can put it on sweet potatoes. You can put it on toast. You can just eat cinnamon.
Why would you
Let's all
say?
just level here for a second. Sweet potatoes are gross. I would much rather have a white potato.
No,
Or
sweet
a
potato
russet
fries are
potato.
better.
Sweet potato fries.
I like regular fries better.
Yep.
Sweet
regular
potato fries are
all
better, but
day.
mashed is white potatoes.
Oh, no doubt.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a given. Mashed sweet potatoes are disgusting.
I think it depends if you like sweet or salty.
I like both.
Even
I'll have a plate.
even like a baked potato appetizer. What are they called? Potato skin?
Yeah, those
potato.
are delicious. Those are
White
great.
potato.
Yes. But fries are better sweet.
Uh-uh.
No, probably.
Sweet fries all day.
I feel like they should have those though. You think about it.
What? A sweet potato, like a sweet potato skin?
Yeah. Do they make those? Does anyone make
Like a
those?
little bit. No, you could put marshmallows in it and cinnamon.
That's a thing, but I don't know if I support it fully.
Guys, this is what we're working with here. This is all we have. Oh, you've mint chocolate chip? Oh, I want mint chocolate chip.
It's fake ice cream. It's not even real dairy.
Yeah.
Why?
Because
Are you
I
into-
like it. It's coconut milk.
Is it good? Well, it's
Really good.
I'm not gonna ask you that.
It's frozen coconut milk. Like, of course it's good.
Oh shit. Just do.
Hurt myself. Brand new Neapolitan ice cream here, folks.
Yeah. Strawberry all day.
Are you gonna eat right out of it?
Yeah, why not? I don't know what flavor I want.
You have to wait a second, I think.
Strawberry all day.
I'll look for the strawberry first.
That's a lot of questionable decisions.
That'd be my third.
Yep.
It depends how I'm feeling, but it's either chocolate vanilla.
Strawberry vanilla chocolate or vanilla strawberry chocolate.
Strawberries always last. Always.
But here's the only thing. So sometimes I do this with foods. The one I like the most, I eat last. Right? So it's like,
So is that what you're doing?
no, not on that one though. That was just a choice one. But I'm talking about eating it last. Like, I would like
Broccoli, potato, steak.
That's where I was going. Was where do you go with that?
I always actually this is true. I eat all my fries first. Like if I get
I know.
burger and fries, I
I
eat
never
all
do.
my fries and then the
No,
burger.
I'm the opposite.
Same. I do the same thing. It's because I also
What?
don't believe in putting down a sandwich when you're in the middle of eating it. You start it and you finish it. When you put it down, you are done.
I agree with that, but you eat the burger first and the fries second.
No.
Because listen, you could have gotten
It's like
any
another app.
assortment
It's
of
like a
sandwiches.
second appetizer.
No, because you choose the sandwich as your meal. The fries are given. So
Right. Or a steak, you eat the steak first and then the potatoes. You might dip the steak in the potatoes and then you eat the broccoli last.
Yeah.
It's different. Like because I'll do that. Like I'll cut a piece of steak, cut the steak, like put some broccoli and some potatoes on it and eat it in one bite. But like if it's like fries with the burger, I eat all the fries first.
No.
I also believe that the fries, if they get cold, they're not as good. You know?
You gotta eat your burger faster.
No, that's why you can take time with a burger.
I don't know, man. I don't support that.
Huh.
This is America.
But it is. We all have an opinion and we're all entitled to one.
You can eat all the takeout in the world right now.
Still get takeout.
Yep.
Takeout.
So Depot Street just put out something. They said something about packaging alcohol with takeout menus. So I don't know if they had to get like a special license for that or what.
Well, so I've seen some places do like they'll do a mix of whatever the mix part is, and then like a nip of whatever the alcohol to go along with it is.
So you have to sell nips though in order to do that. Like how many restaurants have nips?
Well, I don't know what the rule with that is, but I've seen some places doing that. I don't know the logistics behind it, but
Okay, so here's the deal though. You must not be able to have it open. Like obviously you can't.
yeah, it has to be sealed. So I think that's why they can do it with the nips is because they're sealed.
Well, yeah, and they have an alcohol license, and no one's saying they can't serve alcohol during this time, but they
Right.
just can't say and have it. Because that's where like companies are like, that's where restaurants are losing money. They're still making a ton of money on these takeouts and stuff, but where they make their money is booze.
Well, so here's a thing to consider. Restaurants can sell opened and non-finished bottles of wine to people,
Yeah.
and they get a specialty bag.
Right.
So do you think there's a method to do that with full bottles? Like, oh, this is what you would be getting. Here's the rest of the bottle. Pay a premium.
Here, come buy a bottle of us for $27 that you could get at a liquor store for $12. Like, who's gonna do that?
Nobody.
Right now, it's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of tricky because like part of it, like, yeah, because why would you buy a bottle? Exactly. Why would you buy a bottle of wine?
Hey, I'm just trying to think of ways that like they might be trying to do it.
It is cool though. Like one thing, I mean, being the resident beer nerd, seeing the different things breweries are doing. So like Saturday, I went to Treehouse. I got 2 cases of beer and did not come into contact with a single human being. Like I maintained 6 feet of social distance between every single person that I might have interacted with, or I had a wall in between us.
Including Adrian, was she in the car with you?
She was in the car with me, but other than that, then like it was literally no human contact.
Well, Ryan, I'm assuming that
Did you
know
call
that.
Adrian not a human because she's a redhead?
Well, she doesn't have a soul, but that's a different story.
Alright, that's different. I'm assuming you know that Carrie's boyfriend Mac works at Treehouse, right?
He prints all their labels, yes.
I mean, when
Ryan knows. Ryan's already
he's
explored.
normally functioning, he's there like 3 times a week.
Yes, I would love to be him. Yes.
Their fridge is downstairs fridge is somewhat impressive.
Good friends to have.
It is. It is. It's always good to have a friend that either goes to Treehouse a lot or is in some way related to Treehouse. It's a very good thing.
I can't say I've ever had a Treehouse beer.
I'm so sorry.
Have you?
Yeah, I've had it.
If we ever get on quarantine, Holly, I can help you out.
I mean, we could. We're at Carrie Mac's house all the time. Just
I don't know why you don't.
Well,
Sauvignon Blanc's just usually flowing, and that's what I choose.
when we get out of this quarantine and we have a housewarming party in the summer, and we have an ABT party, that could be your gift to the house.
I don't know of a better gift that I could give you.
Hot tub.
Chris, even for you, I have a few stouts in the fridge
time
right
machine.
now. I have a few stouts in the fridge right now, Chris. So I mean,
see, there you go. Now you're talking my language.
We have a few stouts, a few amber ales, so it's right up your alley. And then Holly, we got everything else under the sun as well. We're pretty stocked up here at the I don't even know what to call this place where I am, the Anonymous Stelmack compound.
What's it called?
The Anonymous Stelmack compound. I don't know what to call where I am right now. I don't know.
It just rolls off the tongue.
We haven't figured out a location name for our place here.
Where's Adrian?
She's downstairs.
Well, tell her to come say hi to me.
All right, I'll tell her to come up. I'll give her a text.
Should I text her?
She doesn't want to sit here for the whole podcast.
She's going to be bored with that.
You guys 2 floors, 3 floors?
So we're 2 floors. So our main floor is like where our bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, all that jazz, living room. And then I'm up in our quote-unquote attic, which is also potentially a bedroom. And so we have a futon up here, like a little work desk. So it's like kind of an office. We have the beer fridge, the whole nine.
In the back, over your I believe that's your right shoulder.
Yep.
There's like is that a stack of, what is that? Yeah, that's
those are empty beer cans that I'm saving to decorate in our apartment somehow, some way. If Adrian lets.
Decorate.
That's amazing.
Well, they're collector's items. Mac would know.
He doesn't decorate his house with beer bottles.
Not yet. He will one day. Holly wants you to come say hi.
Hi.
No, you have to come in.
No, I'm
I want
not.
to see your face, Adrian.
You have to come in.
No.
Come say hello.
Adrian!
No.
You're going to be fired if you don't come in.
Fired from what?
Your membership.
Come on.
You can never come to ABT again.
You heard it there. Come on in. Do you want to go in or not?
Blue team now becomes the teal team.
Have I ever charged you to work out at ABT?
No.
Then come pay and be on the podcast.
Exactly. Wave hello. Say hello. There you go.
Oh,
What's going on?
are you working?
Me? No.
Oh, you're not working. Okay.
They pulled us all out.
Tell them your story
What story?
about your clinical ending.
Oh, well, they emailed us at 3:00 on a Wednesday, and I was going to leave at 5:00, and they said, "Oh, today's your last day. Everyone's all done. 3 weeks early."
Well, hold on. So, like, are the hours that you put into that clinical still going to be
They
like?
count. I think they're just gonna waive it because legally you're supposed to do a certain amount of hours to be able to sit for the board exam.
Mhm.
But I think they're just gonna be like, whatever. So
I
I'll
think
still get my degree, but we don't have graduation or anything. I know.
Sorry,
Crazy.
that sucks.
I'll live. At
Schools
least
in,
I
what
get
are
a
you-
degree.
like,
Huh?
let's say kids don't go back to school. Like, you just move kids on.
I mean, that's what I think they need to determine.
Yeah.
All in the air right now.
Well, that's what we were just talking with a couple of our friends on FaceTime that are teachers, and they were like saying that, like, what do they do? Because like kids with like IEPs and stuff, it's like they're supposed to get XYZ services, and you can't do that over the internet. Like, it's not a thing. And then what do you do? Do you advance kids because are they going to take MCAS or they're not going to take MCAS? Like, what happens next?
And you can't give the choice because if you like, what if like one grade, like what if like 75% of first graders decide to go to second, but 75% of second graders want to stay in second grade, and then
Well, 75 and 75.
I'm making. No, it does. It's two separate grades. Yes, it does. 75.
Okay. But I think
What I
what's
said
going to happen is I think that MCAS testing will resume, in my own opinion. But I teach severe special ed, and it's hard because I know that the majority of my students aren't getting what they need, and that's hard. But there has been some feedback from the Department of Education about kids on IEPs, and they want to make this all have more equity. So like students on IEPs have more. So like they're trying to make service providers and special education teachers do more to help students make progress towards their goals, which is going to be so challenging and I think like almost impossible. But I have a Zoom meeting with my department tomorrow to discuss.
But so do they expect you to do that virtually or in person?
No, virtually. It would all have to be virtually.
So I feel like that's going to be hard as shit because, like, I mean, I'm not on an IEP, but if you told me that I had to work from home entirely, I'm not getting a whole lot done.
That's like how all of our kids are at the high school level. So I would say like 80% of the kids that I work with are like, great, this isn't required for, grades, and this isn't something that I have to do, then they just don't do it. They're not going to do it because they don't have to.
Yeah.
Unless the standards change and they tell them that they have to do it for grades or completion to get promoted to the next grade. I don't know what's going to happen.
Because you're not supposed to be grading anything right now, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's all enrichment.
Yeah,
That's what I've heard is it's all ungraded stuff.
And it's all considered enrichment. You get what you give, and you can choose to give nothing. So.
Yeah, that's such a slippery slope because like you get some kids that are gonna go all out and do everything you possibly post, and then you have other kids that are gonna do absolutely nothing. And if you're gonna advance all of them, it's like, how is that fair?
Yeah, and I think that's ultimately like what DESE is working out right now. It's crazy, and we don't have any sort of answers. And I don't think that my administration has any answers either right now.
But I feel like no one has answers to anything because, like, even at the Y, we're trying to figure for what happens next. Like, when we do reopen eventually, what does that look like? Do we, prorate memberships? What do we do about personal training? Like, whatever it is, like, it's such a slippery slope of, like, what do you do for everything? And then when it comes to education, it's like, who moves up, who doesn't, who has to take what.
We could, like, know when this is all gonna end. Like if we knew that like May 1st there would be a turnaround and we could change things and be like, okay, here's when we can reset the dates and here's when we can do MCAS and but we don't know that. So I think all of this unknown makes it hard to make a decision, and nobody has the answers right now. So
Well, it's never happened before, something.
yeah.
Yeah, well, that's I think a lot of the school districts and businesses and whatnot taking the 2-week time blocks I think is good because it gives you time to reassess during that 2 weeks of okay, XYZ happens, and then we can reassess and make an announcement by the Friday before the Monday, and then that's what we're going to run with, and then so on and so forth. Because if they say we're going to cancel school indefinitely, it's like it just leaves people on such a hook. It's like, what's next?
We had a Zoom meeting with the faculty on Monday, and our union rep was like, I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't have school for the rest of the year.
There are a few schools in the area. I've talked to friends who are teachers who they have been canceled through the end of this school year. Not December 2020, but like May, June, anything that extends further has been stopped.
Yeah. So I've been hearing a lot of that, and so the last announcement we've made was we'll reopen when Attleboro Public Schools reopens. And
That's the why saying?
yeah, so like, and that's in cahoots with what we do for snow days, delays, and stuff like that. We run off of what Attleboro Public Schools does. And so right now our message to people is we hope to reopen on April the 6th or the 7th, whatever it is, when all the schools are hoping to reopen. But if Attleboro pushes it out, then we're going to push it out, and we're going to keep going with whatever they're doing as far as we know now.
So you're staying in line with them no matter what?
I mean, we've pretty much
Until
done
you
that
know
with
something different.
Yeah, we've pretty much done that with everything when it comes to snow emergencies, everything. And so our CEO had a meeting with the president of Sturdy Hospital, which is in Attleboro, the superintendent of schools and all that. And they kind of had a meeting to make sure everybody was on the same page of we're all doing the same thing. We're all going off of Attleboro Public Schools. Sturdy's making their things based off of whoever they base things off of. But so we're right now running off of Attleboro Public Schools. Whatever they do, we're going to do.
It's crazy. I mean, because that's going to hurt the why.
Well, that's tough too, because like, what if like let's say in 8 weeks, I don't know, whatever the date is, right? And like they make the decision that they're not going to go back to school just because it's not worth it. It would only be like 2 weeks left, 3 weeks left, something like that. Like, but everything's safe. Like they're like, we're good. Like we could go back to your normal living, but like, so we're not going to restart schools just because we don't want to start it all over again. Like, do you think you guys would break off at that point, or you think you would just stay with it?
Yeah, would probably. So say it ends up it's about time for summer vacation. Would probably open up summer camp and all that stuff as long as the CDC, the WHO, and all that stuff is saying it's okay to do these things.
Yeah.
Because like when it gets to summer vacation, it's you don't have to worry about snow days and stuff, so we don't really worry about what Attleboro Public Schools does. But if it's during the school year, we usually go off of what they do because our membership kind of coincides with the parents and adults of the Attleboro Public School system. So come summer, I mean, we're still planning for summer camp right now, so we're still ready to rock and roll with that.
You have to like continue to plan and hope that
we're ready to go by then. Yeah, exactly. We're planning to open on the 7th, but God knows what happens up until then.
Yo, so speaking of planning, Adrian, I hear you have some decorative plans for the stack of cans in the corner over Ryan's shoulder there.
Yeah.
Tell us about the designs you want to do with those.
Well, Ryan has to do it because they're his.
Oh, okay.
Just like shelves on the wall, and then he can put them all in order of color.
Alphabetical order of color, or like just kind of?
I don't know. Whatever.
No, you got to put the beer families together.
As long as it looks nice, he can do what he wants.
Up here.
So there's just yes.
Yeah, it has to be upstairs in the attic. Yes, for sure.
But there needs to be shelves because right now it just looks like they're in waiting to be recycled.
Yeah, that's what that's why I asked. I wasn't sure what was that.
Yeah.
Monster side, like
There is a lot.
Yeah, there's a couple
There's
of
a lot. It's like
There's
a
a couple.
whole plastic tub full.
Look at how proud he got. There's a couple.
meeting,
But they're
right?
all different ones. They're very impressive. They're collector's items for some people.
It'll look good when you put it on shelves. You gotta get shelves.
Well, yeah,
It'll look good.
we'll get those.
Just not in the kitchen or the living room. That's
No, up here in the cave.
this isn't a frat house.
It's the
We have to
cave.
figure out what we're gonna do for our rooms in the new house. We have to plan stuff out. I want a bar, so
If you need a beer cave, I can help you out.
Beer cave, okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talk about what room is going to be what, because there's
So you got the bedroom upstairs, the two kids' bedrooms, then the gym. Then on the first floor, you've got the kitchen, living room, gym, and bathroom. And then in the basement, you've got the gym and playroom.
I don't want to waste any space on a gym.
Metal
I
shelf.
have one that I can go to whenever I want. That's like 11 minutes away.
the cost of money, anyways.
Right. I'm good. I don't need a home gym. I actually don't want one.
No,
Well, you want a couple tires in the front yard.
That's
Scare away the neighborhood boys.
Yeah.
Are you saying you don't want a home gym, Chris?
Yeah.
Like nothing at all?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm 11 minutes away from ABT.
But so you wouldn't want any sort of home gym whatsoever?
No.
That's good. Punch, or whatever it's called.
Not even a single dumbbell.
No.
so it's funny because I've been packing and I found 2 resistance bands, the blue and the green ones, so not even like tough ones, and then a set of 1 pound dumbbells, a set of 2 pound dumbbells, and a set of 5 pound dumbbells, which honestly were probably all mine at some point. Like I don't think Chris was using those, but I'm like, what do I do with these? I guess we bring them to the
Yeah. I mean, I don't have any. There's nothing else here now like that. I have nothing here.
my wimpy resistance bands and 1 pound weights. I'll just bring with me.
No, Teddy, do you want a home gym eventually?
Me?
No, Teddy.
You know what? I really like my life out of the truck when it comes to the gym. I don't think I would ever really need some sort of permanent fixture at home because as long as it's, if I set up at a home, then yes, of course. But as long as I have a truck like what I have or that truck with me loaded up, I'm good, man. Just enough gear to work out anywhere,
What do you keep in your truck besides the obvious barbell?
Barbell.
Obviously, bazooka.
Yeah, so there's 205 pounds of bumper plates. There's a 40-pound dumbbell, a 35-pound dumbbell, a 25-pound kettlebell, a 45-pound sandbag, a 10-pound med ball, a mat, and a 20-pound weight vest.
So
And then cones and shit. What?
So the equivalent of driving around 8 people in your car at all time?
Yeah, but it's a 4Runner. That thing can haul 12,000 pounds, and its tow capacity in the bed of it is an extra 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, it probably just burns a lot of gas though.
It's a V8. Yeah.
Which is
Definitely
gonna
was.
anyways.
I actually just replaced the battery in it today. I told Chris about this. Walked 1.5 miles to Somerville Advanced Auto, and then walked 1.5 miles back with a 35-pound battery, doing alternating arm carries because it was so fucking heavy.
Oh, it's a good workout.
It was great.
Did you feel bad that you weren't giving the business to your buddies at Advanced Auto in Milford?
More about Ray's down the road. Even though it was something I did myself, I easily would have paid the convenience of leaving it there, going back to ABT, doing a couple classes, and just picking it up later in the day.
Yeah.
I also really like them as well. We work with Ray and Jocelyn, and Rich has been doing stuff on my car for years at this point. So, it's a good spot to support.
Now, going back to the home gym question, Holly, would you have a home gym?
So I wouldn't be opposed to it. So Chris's brother has this like home gym in his house. I mean, his children have all like grown and mostly moved out of the house. They have a sauna. They have a rack. They have like a TV. They have like the flooring is all like foam. Like I don't know. I wouldn't hate it, but I will say that I think that to get a good workout, I would have to leave the house and do something. I wouldn't do as much in the house. Like I would need to go somewhere. I need to go somewhere.
Okay.
I'm torn. I'm torn about it.
I don't want to do shit when I'm here. Like I don't want to do like work. I don't want to
Separate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I like it's different. Like I like walking into the gym too. I enjoy. Like even if it's not ABT, like I like going to another like gym. I don't want to walk home. I don't know. It's just something I want to. Yeah, like I want to separate it. You know.
Ryan, back onto you.
You want one? You want a titty ass one, don't you?
So I have mixed feelings because I do enjoy going into a gym and like having people around me and like people to lift with and everything. Like I 100% agree. There's nothing better than having a place to go and people to be around. But I think it's also nice to have a background of like it's Saturday, Sunday. I don't have to leave the house.
Yeah.
And I want to lift and get a good lift in. Like have like the bare minimum squat rack and somewhere to deadlift. I think that's kind of like a nice tool to have in your back pocket if you're able to.
Yeah.
Like I think ultimately like things pan out the perfect way. I have in my basement or garage, whatever it is, squat rack and somewhere to deadlift and like nothing fancy. Like I don't need a full build out or anything, but just somewhere to squat, bench press, deadlift. Nothing fancy, but something that if worst comes to worst, you're stuck at home like you are now.
Like
You have somewhere where you can get like the bare minimum in.
That's what I have with the truck, though. That's why I love it. Like, I can just pull over to a parking lot, do what I need to do, fucking move some weight, and then go back about my day.
Yeah, like that would be great too. Like something on that idea of being able to pull over wherever and do something like that would be awesome too. Like something where I don't have to go to a place if worst came to worst.
That's what it's been,
get
honestly.
something in.
You know, I have that loaded up, ready to go, yet I still regularly choose to lift at ABT or Vim or something, you know. But when you're forced to use it or when you have that option and, like, everything generally you have around you is closed, like, I've gotten back into my outdoor lifts, and it's fucking great.
Dude, have you ever thought about doing like a documentary? Like just going on the road for like 30 days and just drive like as far as like and just like pull over at different spots and like do different shit. Like
not about
like do like a road trip with like with lifts. You know what I mean? Like do
I
like
have thought about similar, not that. We should have an off-air conversation about that.
yeah.
No copyright stealing there. Let's start that shit.
No, who did a cool thing actually? I don't know how long ago it was, but Dana Lynn and Rob Bailey, they did a like America tour, and they basically drove in a van, bus, whatever it was, and they stopped at different gyms throughout the entire country.
Wow.
Said, hey, we're gonna roll up at Gym XYZ in North Carolina. Tomorrow we're gonna be at Gym XYZ in Georgia, whatever. And they just stopped at a bunch of gyms throughout the country and had a meet-up lift those days at these random gyms that went entirely across the country doing that.
Yeah.
Did they call those gyms in advance and like let them know they were coming and like get their approval? Or
I'm sure they did because they were probably filming stuff.
Filming them,
And
yeah.
they probably needed filming permission, but I mean, they're both big names in the fitness community. That it's probably I wouldn't bat an eye about it.
what are you drinking right now?
It looks like milk.
It's orange juice. It's Tropicana. Very good.
There's nothing in it, just orange juice.
No. It's Treehouse Punch.
Oh.
Is that DNA?
It is DNA, yes.
That's what it looks like.
I'm gonna go finish watching Cheer, but it's been a pleasure. Like, I'm trying to get my hair as big
I
as
feel like we
possible.
could probably wrap this one up too.
We could.
Woo!
Um,
All right, bye guys.
so we got to see how
Good to
this
see ya.
looks.
Bye. Yeah, we do.
I'll come watch the end with you.
Okay.
Hey, we can wrap it up like a normal podcast, assuming it's all good. And if it's not, no one has to know this ever existed.
That's true.
Very true. It was just a quasi staff meeting.
Yeah,
There
right.
you go.
But so yeah, so we'll see how it sounds. If it sounds good, we'll put it out. If it sounds and looks good, then we'll put it on YouTube and all the other places where we usually post it to.
Yep.
Beautiful.
And if it is neither of those things, then we'll have this same conversation tomorrow, but on Anchor.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
I'll be around for that. What time are we thinking? Worst comes to worst, what time are we thinking tomorrow?
Probably same,
All right, that works.
right?
Yeah.
If we needed to.
Yeah. Works for
All
me.
right. Worst case, we can do Thursday too. So,
Right.
all right, boys. Well, this was fun.
It was.
It was good.
Like, follow, subscribe, download, share, comment, all that good shit.
Did it all. YouTube. Follow us on YouTube.
Yeah,
On
if you see
YouTubes.
our faces out there now, you gotta click that subscribe.
I've definitely touched my face at least 65 times too.
I'm gonna go wash my hands real quick.
Okay,
I've been
Chris.
home for a while.
what can we give as a gift to whoever counts how many times we each touched our face during this episode?
Oh, that's a swag bag.
Oh,
Swag
nice
bag.
flag that. Hey, very nice.
Give us legitimate counts. How many times we touch our faces each? You get a
It's
swag
something
bag.
Like a montage of just every time. Yeah, to like what song? Like to the Divinals. I
We
touched
didn't
my.
start the fire.
Oh, that's a good too. You know the Divine. I touched myself.
Yep, that's a good one.
All right,
Jesus.
all right, boys.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Have a good night, folks.
Peace.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. From our pack to yours, don't just talk about it, be about it.